25% into water, and we're going to be jumping in straight. It is going to be Fixes and Experiment, taking it away from me. Gentlemen, have a blast.
All right, so what it seems like is the fact that the Pmpl is, of course, on the southern side of the map, and a lot of teams are going to have to traverse by vehicles to reach, those distant locations like El Pozo. Of course, Cruz del Val is going to be a contested area. Al Azahar, of course, I think the Deadeye guys might be just cruising over it. What do you think, Fixes? I mean, of course, nobody better. I just said, of course, a lot of times, because it's obvious nobody better than you to take us through the drop locations.
I think teams will be going a little bit slow today because it's 10 again, the first day of the week. Definitely it's day number 2, but still, it's Friday. It's again, things have started getting reshuffled. Teams are all new right now. They just want to play it a little bit slow, then, take it a notch higher. So, yeah, they'll go for the safe drops.
Absolutely. I mean, safety in the beginning is obviously, a good option. And safety in numbers as well. I'm pretty sure this time the teams are not going to be spreading out thin like we've seen in the past. And talking about, good teams right now, we have the boys from Team IND on our screens. And today, Snacks, Tron, Slayer, and Kratos are going to be representing the boys from IND. Lovely performance on their part. Very consistent gameplay. Of course, they did get that chicken dinner on day 1 of week 2 as well. How do you think they're going to fare over here? Keeping in mind that they have that momentum going in their favor, but it's just what I've seen is towards the end. I would not say that the momentum drops off, but sometimes I feel there's a little bit of a hiccup in the communication here and there.
I mean, XP, they lose out a lot of players, man. I mean, while getting inside the circles, end circle fights, their point on, they do really well. But during those rotations, losing out on couple of players, if they lose out on Snacks or maybe Slayer, things start tipping down for a bit. So if they can handle that part, if they can make sure all the 4 players are getting inside the final circles and they're in a good position, I think no one can take that chicken dinner out from them.
We were talking about versatility just a little while ago, and we have Fnatic on our screens. Of course, one name is missing, and that is Frankie. And the thing is, due to the fact that Kolkata has been ravaged by the storms that we've been having down there, I think he has a little bit of a connectivity issue. And I'm sure a lot of Fnatic fans would love to see one of their favorite players, of course, an epic sniper. That man knows how to wield a bolt action rifle. He will be missed, but I'm sure we should see him in the coming days. Things are looking a bit on the up and up for him down there. Isn't that the latest that you've heard as well?
Yes, considering the stories that he had posted, I'm really sorry that he is not able to play, and it's quite a disappointing news for his fans. But let's just be honest, 2 weeks have gone by, he hasn't had that tier 1 or that high notch practice, so he needs some time to warm up and to get inside Pmpl. So hopefully we will be seeing more out of Frankie in the next week, because things have started restoring in Kolkata. So let's just hope that Frankie is back. Like you said, one of those best bolt action players out there right now. And along with it, you want some clutches, that guy can pull it off.
Absolutely. And talking about favorite players, we of course have the boys from Marcus Gaming on our screens, represented by Shadow, Surya, Max Kosh, and of course one of my favorite players, the Dude. So these guys have been again super consistent. These guys are always finding themselves in the first half of the table after each and every game, about 99% of the time, and they have consistently finished in the top 3 about half of that. Chicken dinners are a little scarce over here because they do have, I do believe it's 1 chicken dinner if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Is it 1? It is 1, right? So
yeah,
they've been really close. They've been really close right to the top, but unfortunately they seem to just fall off a little bit. And talking about another strong contender, we have Synergy in the house. And they are going to be represented by Ted, Austin Bot X. He absolutely obliterated the field on day 1 and day 2 of week 1. So, again, a powerhouse of a squad over here.
Definitely. Sirvi, I'm really surprised by his performance lately because he's the
Mhm.
team's leader and he's gotten the most number of kills and he has been consistently performing. Synergy is that one team we don't see much on the screen, but if you talk about the kills, if you talk about the numbers, dude, they've got it, man. I thought Orange Rock might have the highest number of kills, but then again, when you look at the statistics, that's Synergy. So they've been silently performing and always have had the tempo running and haven't gone through a lot of lows. They've gotten a consistent performance so far, which I think is lacking from Team IND considering the lineup that they have right now.
I mean, I kind of agree with you absolutely. Wait a second. I just thought we had godlike on our screens
Yes,
right now.
yes,
I
yes,
kind of
yes.
lost my chain of thought. But the Celts are again one of those teams which you want to see, just get their act together. And again, Atanki, just a couple of days ago. Well, it's been almost a week. But on day one, he was the talk of the town, so to speak, because he got those amazing kills, almost clutching an entire squad at one point. A very talented lad, and I think see the teams right now they're getting into the groove, so to speak, right? Because
Yeah.
everyone is getting comfortable. We have the boys from Team Hype on our screens right now. Even they're getting comfortable. They're taking those fights. No one is backing off from a good skirmish early on. And talking about that, Prototype is not backing off right now. He has the enemy miles away from him, but he's still going to pop a few shots off. Maybe might just get a lucky headshot here and there, and you never know. You might just get a kill this way.
Uh, yes, M16 in Miramar. XP, I'll be little honest with you. I don't
Mhm.
like this gun in Miramar to be really frank, because this gun does have that high bullet velocity as we know of, but then again, compared to the likes of a Mini 14 where you can use that for a better damage and for a better, for a farther distance, right? Because in Miramar, we take mostly the fights in a long mid range. We have those long mid range skirmish, right? So in that aspect, Mini 14 fares a little bit better. But yes, talking about team cells. They've gotten a few changes from what they had in the initial PMCO lineup. They've gotten an Ash Gamer, and we've seen Atanki and MJ performing really well. But Ash Gamer, he's been silent for a while. And I really want this lad to step up. I've seen this guy's potential. Rocks, another amazing IGL. He's always had those perfect calls. Today, I think they're sitting out on Ultron, who is also a recent addition to the lineup. So XP, now I'm going
Mhm.
to put a question back at you. What are your thoughts about Ultron being substituted, provided that he was one of their main frontline assaulters?
Again, like I said, it could be a number of reasons. Again, first of all, you got to be different. You got to have that same game plan, game in and game out, right? You got to be a little different. Like I said, you got to be versatile. Also, it could also be just a simple thing as they might want to rest one of their best assaulters. You want to keep your prized possession in the back and then unleash it onto the world at some point when it's needed most. And again, like I said, the five-man squads makes sense because it's I don't want to keep using that word versatility. You got to do something different. You got to switch things up. You've got to juggle a little bit, and that is what's happening. But right now on our screens, the boys from Fnatic are taking on someone that you
Megas.
really have high
Oh.
hopes from.
Yes, this is a fight that always takes place because of their rotations. Meanwhile, Murphy is taken down Gunner, knocked him and finished him off. Swag trying to take that fight on with Chronic. And if you see the positions, XP, Megastars is a little bit down ridge and Fnatic has got that high ground advantage. So if you talk about the overall fight, Fnatic has gotten the better map control over here.
I mean, that is a two-way argument, of course. We all know that, shooting down from up top is a lot easier because your surface area of getting shot is a lot smaller. And you can see you have a lay of the land, so to speak. But the thing is, with the caliber of players on display for us right now, I'll pretty much be eating my words because, of course, the boys from Megastars, these guys are really good shots, and nothing is going to stand in the way. But you are right. But since again, have a look at the distance right now. The distance is way too much. So the idea over here is going to be depleting armor, depleting meds, and scratch that. We have a new game plan. I beg your pardon. We have a new game plan. Fnatic is now changing their position a bit. I think what they're trying to do is move a little bit further into the circle towards the center and just cement a position, hoping that the next zone falls upon them.
Look at the circle XP. I think today we might just see a lost Leonis final circle.
Ooh.
And if we talk about that city, then it's going to be a lot of bombardment, a lot of grenades coming in, Molotov, smokes. So a lot of players are going to stay alive. So the last late games will be a nail-biting finish, to be honest. Hype and Team Fnatic. Okay, this might be a good standoff. We have to see, because Team Fnatic needs that location where Team Hype is, and they are actually moving in for a fight.
Now, here's the thing. OS is quite far away from his teammates, and he is probably on a reconnaissance mission right now because they are probably expecting the enemy to be nearby. So this is what's happening. Have a look at how Fnatic is holed up. You can just, if you have a look at your mini-map, ladies and gentlemen, have a look at how the remaining 3 members of Fnatic are still holding back. Scout, of course, is in the vehicle. Now the vehicle is coming. They're going to be joining up OS. OS is just trying to figure out whether this particular location is occupied and Hastar over here getting out of that vehicle, which is pretty much near destruction, but he cannot get away from 420 OP's Mini 14 spray right now. I mean, I'm saying spray because that weapon with its rapid fire tuck 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 is almost like an automatic rifle, and talking about that, 420 OP does take down Hastar. Oh,
it's Mini 14. Anyways, God'll kill trying to spray down Bhishma, and will succeed in exploding his vehicle, but still, then again, he will try to change his position because he knows his position has been given up, and he's going back to his teammates. Kind of a recon mission that they're trying to do over there, but 420 OP will take a few shots at Team God'll Cronton and kill, if I'm not wrong, and 420 OP will definitely manage to take a few shots, but then again, they've gotten back into safety, they've gotten back into cover. Now Mumba needs to change their positions because now God'll has got a better position, they've got a better high ground, and they can proceed with the fight from there.
What's unfortunate is that Karma is in play over here because they did get that almost like a vehicular destruction and a knock on the member from the opposing team, but Mumba also lost Pansing to a vehicle explosion, which is obviously going to be devastating for them. They have been reduced down to a 3-man squad. But talking about the fight on your screens right now, Fnatic and Hype. Now, what Hype did was, now this, mind you, is happening at the periphery of the new zone. So we do have that compound where Fnatic is currently calling home. We have that, which was occupied by Hype, but Hype made the call that, you know what? That is in cover. We do have cement walls and concrete to protect us against bullets, but they decided at this particular spot, they are going to get the high ground, which they have. Of course, Gurkha is going to be getting that van ready. Again, the zone's going to move in about 45 seconds to a minute. We're already halfway through. Correction, it's going to move a lot quicker. So they are going to have to move out. But they do know that there is somebody in that spot right now, and they're keeping an eye on them.
Yes, and Iconic, as we speak of, is taking a few shots onto the players of Marcus Gaming. Does, however, manage to take a lot of damage in return, and he needs to heal up. And he just has one first aid kit, so that's an alarming situation for Team Powerhouse. And talking about Powerhouse XP, Powerhouse hasn't really shown their true potential, what they're capable of, and this might be their week. But as we speak of, Surya has been knocked down, and he will be given a rest by his teammate. Maxkash, the Mini 14 King, as we call him, is all locked and ready right now.
Locked and ready indeed. And Mr. Hozo over here gets a knock on the member of Bhishma. Bhishma is currently in trouble. Forget that. He is out of this game again. UME, this fight is taking place towards the north sector of the circle. The new circle is going to force him to come in, but Mr. Hyozu over here gets a knock and a finish. Is he going to get another one on Destro? Destro is going to fall down, and that is going to kind of thwart his attempt to come back up on that hill, and he gets exposed, almost getting knocked out. I think one perfectly timed grenade could have been devastating, but that is just going to bounce off harmlessly. Meanwhile, have a look at 420 OP. He is still caught out in the blue by the boys from Elementrix.
And he will be taken down as we see Mr.
I beg your pardon,
Hyozu.
Sorry. I was trying to cut you off.
All right. Popo, man, will go all in onto its members of Team UME and wiping them off, and will give that res onto its Mr. Shozu. Fnatic, in the meanwhile, have gotten their fights broken in, and they have lost always in the process. Ash does manage to take that knock onto its prototype. Ash will instantly have to heal up, but
Devastating
no,
grenade.
that devastating grenade changed things, XP.
Now, Scout and Ronak are the only two surviving members of Fnatic. They've got to act quick. Ronak on very low HP. I think he is going to get caught out by the zone right now. He might also get knocked out. I do think Venom finally got the knock on him. Scout is the last remaining member, and that's it. It is done. Team Fnatic are eliminated from this game. Venom and the play zone, in fact, knocking out and finishing the last two members. Again, I think a few mistakes were made here. They knew that there was going to be a potential face-off. They knew that the zone is going to change. They let it off for too late. But forget that. We'll come to that in a second. Team IND is picking a fight with the boys from Marcus Gaming. And in the background, we have another team in the form of U Mumba. Is that U Mumba or is that Orange Rock? I think that's Orange Rock.
Alright, so we have Marcus Gaming engaging with Team IND as well, and Marcus Gaming Shadow takes that beautiful knock onto its Slayer, and it's all hocus pocus over here. Shadow would want to push into the territory of Team IND. They're holding that a small little compound really well. The dude with those grenades trying to create that constant pressure as we speak of. Snacks does have that Uzi, so won't let anyone come in and push on him because he has gotten that beautiful choke angle. But Max will secure that kill on Slayer over here. As we speak of, Megastars is also eliminated.
Forget it. Megastars getting eliminated. We have Team IND following suit shortly after. That Uzi obviously did get 2 knocks. I'm telling you right now, you were absolutely right. That Uzi got 2 knocks with the third member from Megastars, Marcus Gaming, beg your pardon. Shadow finished the deal and wiped out Team IND. Now, Team IND, they were caught off with a few grenades. Again, when all members are in a same house, the biggest issue that you face is those grenades being lobbed at you from all directions. And if you are communicating well and you make sure that, one grenade goes in one particular room and, you don't overstep the grenade, so to speak. Wait a second. Ash Gamer comes out. He knows the enemy is right next to him. He is going to go behind him. Beautiful play. He gave a little bit of a fake peek and then went around the enemy to get him. I think he might do that again. This guy is very versatile at what he's doing right now. He is toying with the enemy right now, and unfortunately, he gets taken down by the member from Synergy. Strider going down. Have a look at this. Celts
the cover
from
fire
afar.
XP.
Amazing.
The cover fire is the one thing that had gotten them that fight, to be honest. And yes, Snacks, if he had few extra bullets on his Uzi, you could have seen that clutch coming. I pretty much can assume that he ran out of bullets and then he had to reload when the third member came in. But look at what we have on our screens here. TSM Entity and Team Elementrix. TSM Entity has had a rough past couple of weeks. They have not been performing up to their mark, their true potential. But Jonathan and Karthik already very low on their HP. And this is an alarming situation as the members of Team Elementrix are kind of trying to surround them over.
Another interesting take on TSM is that they're playing Karthik again. Neo, the one, is not going to be a part of this game. We saw that happen on day 1 of week 2 throughout the five games, I do believe they played that day. Now, whether or not that's the right call, obviously we are not anyone to judge, but seeing the fact that they did not perform as well as they did on the days before. Week 1, of course, these boys were tremendous. And, maybe it's that little bit of aggression that is needed. I think Clutch Squad has an idea of the enemy. He gets a knock on Zebra, and the boys from PH are going to be in trouble. I think Nova King is going to get knocked as well. But again, Clutch Squad in a very vicarious situation right now because the 2 members, Iconic and Dark, are going to be laying down some lead from up top. And again, we'll come back to that fight. I'm sorry, we can't keep track of everything right now. But look at how everyone is so close to one another. This fight taking place between the boys from Elementrix and godlike fixes.
Z-God, did you see that? He's gotten 2 grenade knocks, and Godel might be in a lot of trouble as TSM entity marching down on their corners. And as you can see, Elementrix Poo Man, I don't know if they're aware about his presence, but he might just create a lot of trouble for them. Hustar trying to give a res onto its Cronton will definitely succeed in doing so, but we have Ghatak also closing in. Clutch God is trying to provide the cover fire from far off, but Max Cash will take him down. Z-God is spraying down onto its Poo Man as his position is finally given away, and look at what he did. He committed suicide.
I mean, that is quite unfortunate, of course. You know, sometimes when you have these situations where people are coming up on you, your hands kind of freeze. You might accidentally think you're deploying a smoke, and it turns out to be a frag grenade. I think that is something that happened right now. But coming back to the fight, we have 2 members remaining from Godlike. We have Cronton and Hustar. They are going up against TSM Entity, who, again, just as I said it, these boys have woken up. They are coming in for the fight. Something we didn't see quite that much on day 1. They were kind of acting passive, but they've got to be careful because we have Hype in the background, overlooked by Cells. Coming up behind them, Team Extreme. Everyone is right next to each other. This circle, of course, did not end up in Los Leones in the city. We are just a little bit to the northwest out in the open.
Yes, and as we speak of, Team Extreme does take a fight against members of Team Cell. They managed to knock one, will go for the second. Rox has been spotted as well and will be finished for good as Team Extreme is looking good. So a few teams have really stepped up and Team Extreme is definitely going to be one of them.
Absolutely. Like I said, I'm expecting a lot from the bottom half of the table, especially because they have nothing to lose. They've got the aggression down. I'm not taking anything away from them. They've got the aggression down, and they just need to capitalize on the zone, which they are doing right now. But meanwhile, we are joined by the current leaders, Orange Rock. They'll get that finish on the enemy in the distance. I do believe... wait a second. Quantum is going in. One of the members is down. He's the last man standing for Godline. Is he going to go for it? He shoots. He connects. He gets a knock on Jonathan at close range. This is quite a story right now. But again, Ghatak, the man who is leading them, will come in and save his boy. But again, Jonathan has been knocked out. Godlike of the kill. TSM down to 2 members.
He did what he had to. He took down Jonathan. He finished him off, and that was one hell of a showdown that Cronton pulled off. And definitely, he puts out a very strong message that you cannot rule him out. Going against the likes of Jonathan and eliminating him, that is so amazing to see from the side of Team Godlike, especially Cronton. Orange Rock, meanwhile, still surviving, but Marcus Gaming is playing out of their minds today, XP, as they get one more knock.
5 kills to their name already. I think this is going to make it 6. It does make it 6. OR Mavi knocked out. He is going to be picked up by his teammate Viru right now. These guys are kind of caught, not in the middle of things per se, because they do have that advantage. Have a look at the way they are spread out right now. This bird's eye view will give you a clear idea of what we're talking about. Jean Mara, I believe, has 1 member remaining. I think, wait a second. Team Extreme got knocked out and the last member fell down to the play zone. They were actually caught up between Team Hype and Orange Rock, and they have been eliminated. Looking at the zone right now, everyone's playing to the periphery. They've got good ridge cover, and I think the zone might just throw a curveball. If we go somewhere where the drop is, it can go either way right now.
Gaming or Powerhouse, dude. I really want these 2 teams because Powerhouse have been, kind of silent for the past couple of days, and this might be the match where they make that comeback. But Orange Rock's Mavi does not want to stop over here. He wants a few more extra kills, and Viru is also spraying down. As we see, Team TSM Entity, they're still alive. They've gotten quite a couple of kills. They've gotten 5 points, but they have 2 members alive only. As the circle slowly progresses down, I think it ended in the favor of Team TSM Entity.
Definitely. Now, here's the plot twist that the circle is throwing. You have to go uphill. So TSM is in a good spot. They do have that compound for cover, and have a look at this. Mavi and another teammate are down. Marcus Gaming is unloading on PH because all these teams now have to make their way into the zone. Team Hype, who was under fire, is still in a good position because they have that low ridge for cover and they are in the zone. But the fight is going to be taking place right now between Marcus Gaming and PH. Powerhouse is eliminated from this game in 5th position. Not the best outing for them. They were still a 4-man, or I believe it was a 3-man squad right till the end. And again, they need to work on that. But Marcus Gaming are on a high right now. 10 kills, ladies and gentlemen, and they are making their way into the zone. They have the high ground. Forget that. They had the high ground. Orange Rock comes in. Diljit gets that knock and finish on the dude. And I do believe we are going to see Marcus Gaming slowly dwindling out of this game, Fixes.
Yes, Orange Rock has gotten the better map control. They've gotten the high ground. Mavi sprays down onto it. Zigod, as we speak, Hype has also been eliminated. So we're down to our top 3 teams right now. Orange Rock has got the lead. They've just lost out Ando, but he made sure that he gave away his meds for his teammates. Marcus Gaming Shadow still remains alive, and he is in the shadow right now as he has not been spotted. But Zigod taking a knock onto it. Diljit making things a little bit sketchy for Team Orange Rock, and he will finish them off.
We are now down to a 2v2 situation. Like I said, it would have been super easy for TSM because the enemies, they had to come down in that open thing. No smoke grenades deployed, which is kind of like a misnomer. We do not see that from Orange Rock, but they do bow out in 3rd position with 7 kills down to the last 2 teams. And it is over. It is over. One grenade got those 2 kills right now. We saw the match ending right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I just looked at the kill feed. It was a grenade lobbed by a member of TSM Entity that got them this winner chicken dinner. Entity fans all around the world, rejoice. Your boys are back.
But shout out to Marcus Gaming as well as to TSM Entity, and what a play from Zigod. 6 kills, 920 damage, just 80 points shy of 1,000. What a game from them.
Wow. I think it was Zigod's grenade that got that final kill because he does have 6 kills to his name. Jonathan and Garthik both have 1. Clutch God, of course, he got eliminated a bit early on in the skirmish when it started taking place towards the end over here. But amazing display, 920 damage. These guys, they held that position. Like I said, when I said that, these guys pushed up on that compound, Fixes, that is when they were like, all right, now this is what we thrive in. Let's surround ourselves by the enemy and just pick them off one by one.
TSM Entity, 28 points, giving a chicken dinner, 8 kills. Marcus Gaming, my word, they were on just a path of vengeance. 11 kills, 14 placement points, placing the 25, just 3 points shy of TSM Entity. Orange Rock coming in 3rd with 7 of theirs, Team Hype 4th, and Synergy, despite bowing out. So look at that placement points they had. They're just 1 placement point. They were in the bottom, not the bottom last, but I think they came 13 to 14 or something like that. But they get 7 kills that early in the game, ensuring they have a top 5 placing. And then, of course, in the bottom half, we have some disappointments here, Fixes. We got Megastars, the team you were keeping an eye on, finishing alongside Fnatic, Mumba, and Team IND. What the hell happened there for these 4 guys?
So basically, Fnatic and I guess Team Hype, they had their fights. They kind of stretched it out a lot, to be honest. Way too long. They were playing and they were, kind of mentally